You want change. You've been feeling that pull, like you're stepping into a new chapter of your life. Change doesn't have to come from a negative place. You don't need to hate your job to want a career shift. You don't need to struggle with food or body image to improve your health. You are constantly growing. That's part of living. Now, you've decided to lock in and create change that actually lasts. What does going all in really mean? Change is uncomfortable because you are leaving your comfort zone and stepping into the unknown. It's like signing up for a year-long commitment without knowing the full terms and conditions. So you said you want to change. Are you ready to embrace it? This year, I'm determined to figure out what that change looks like for my career and embrace a new identity. A Thai woman in her 30s living in London, eating well, staying active and lifting weights, and follows a plant-based diet. I don't know the ultimate destination, and there's no real formula to navigating this. But in this video, I'm sharing the actions, reflections, and lessons that have shaped my journey so far. I hope this video reassures you that you're not alone. Good morning, good day. Welcome back to another vlog. My coffee is here. I don't know, I just feel a little bit calm this week comparing to like my previous weeks where I felt stressed. For some reason I just feel a bit like which is how I kind of want to see my February to be. This is why I'm gonna say on this vlog, let's lock the F in. January was very hectic. I could sense that many people felt the same way. And then, with the fat loss thing, it went well but didn't go in the way that I hope it to be. Guys, we're going all in. We're staying focused to create like really good results, not only on the fitness side. I want to lock in on other aspects of my life as well. That my career development and how I feel about myself and how I see myself. And I guess it's safe to assume that anyone who's watching this vlog, you're probably feeling the same way, that you want to actually lock in and go all in. Having been listened to so many people and talked to different people gave me so much inspiration, and I want to share that with you guys. But yeah, this is me this week. I swear I need to do something with my hair, but I kind of want to just grow her out first. It looks fine, but I don't know what's going on with this. I'm gonna have lunch in this lounge instead because I am home alone. I can do whatever I want. This is my very random lunch. Leftover couscous with sliced homemade seitan, bump it up with chickpeas. I'm trying to find the right angle for this. Maybe better or not. Maybe this is the wrong choice to eat here because couscous is very spilly. But while we're here, I just want to basically talk to you more about my reflection around like health and fitness, how I'm gonna lock in and what that look like for me in practice, and also like overall broader reflection about being a gym girl, having like a very disciplined routine and regime. Since last year or slightly over a year now that I've been talking about my knees problem, I tried to fix one and then it moved to another. Fast forward over a year now, then I still have the knee issues that I still need to fix. I've been seeing my sport therapist. I've been working with an osteopathy. So the main focus of my fitness this year would be, to prioritize recovery. So my strength training program has changed in the past few months. We really stripped back the lower body. I now, lift very low and very light, not doing many sets, just keeping like the glute isolated exercise, just keep things going, but not doing anything excessive and not trying to chase any failure or any growth on the lower body. The more I lift heavier, the worse my knee condition is, and so I took this as an opportunity to strengthen my upper body, just basically up the upper body game a little bit, which I've been enjoying very much. In any case, I think this taught me a lot about my body and how to take care of my body. Everything is connected to each other, like the physical side of things, the psychological side of things, stretches and recovery, rest, nutrition, everything is all connected to maintain health. It is a privilege to be able to use the body, to be able to move and exercise. This is something that I appreciate and value so much. I should feel more proud and own this part of my identity and my personality. I've never talked about this with anyone else or on my vlog, but I feel like I feel now comfortable sharing this with you guys because I noticed that the tendency to struggle when it comes to communicating this part of me, part of being a gym girl, part of being like, the person who eat very healthy and have that high discipline on a daily basis. Because Yuan mentioned to me that he noticed that I try to almost like undermine what I've been doing. I tried to like put a disclaimer about what I do is maybe not normal in other people's perspective without even hearing those feedback from other people, which often the case is very well received. I just starting with, I know it's not normal and I know it's like not like everyone else, but why do I have to feel sorry for myself for choosing to live this way? There's so many things to unpack. It has to do with my, desire to fit in, to be perceived well. This is something that I enjoy. It is something that I feel proud of, doing. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot more than just motivation to be able to sustain this lifestyle. So why can I not own it? I think it is such a great observation, and that kind of triggers something inside me because I am a gym girl, and what's wrong with being a gym girl? I worked on my body, and I want to look good, and I look good. I feel good about my body. So what's wrong with me posting that online as well? And hopefully that it will inspire people. I should just stop try to make it sound like it is something abnormal. I should basically be unapologetically myself and be unapologetically not normal. I don't have to be normal, and I don't have to be like everyone else, and I can just basically be me and do what I enjoy, do what I like the best. And I think that's one of the reflections that kind of helped me make peace with myself, and that also comes out with kind of my language in the way that I communicated with people and especially communicated online. I noticed that also I stopped mentioning about even like apologizing in advance of like using protein powder, for example. I feel like I'm sorry, I'm vegetarian. Like sometimes, I need protein powder and there's nothing wrong with using supplements. Or, I'm trying not to be like, make the content that is specifically around gym because gym is a part of my life. And why can I not make a content that is, work, lifestyle, food, and then gym all together without having to have like trying to educate people about fitness or exercise routines, because I'm not a professional, but gym is just a part of my life. I go on about my days on my work weekday, and I'm gonna throw in some words of like, I'm on a fat loss phase, eating in a cut. I don't want to make it into a big deal, if that makes sense. I also want to hear from you, like, how do you feel about this? Because whatever I say, people be like, oh wow, how did you do it? How did you manage that? How you did manage that? And if I say, I drink regularly, and people wouldn't even bat an eyelash about it. Yeah, I want people just to leave me alone. But equally, this is also time for me to also inspire other people, and often they feel inspired whether they do it or not. That's the positive thing, and I should focus on that and just reframe how I perceive myself and my lifestyle. So yeah, that's my thought on health and fitness. I'm just another girl like trying to survive this world, right? Like, let's just not put more labels on myself unnecessarily, because in some ways, if I'm gonna be not normal, let's just be not normal, I guess. But I felt so passionate talking about that, now I forgot to eat. So I should enjoy this, and then I'll catch you later. Back to the peace and coziness of my own home with my hot cup of tea. I don't know about you, but I love going to sit in a cafe. I don't find that distracting or anything. In fact, I think it actually makes me focus a little bit more, because I was in such a good headspace. So I spent some time writing my self-assessment for my upcoming yearly review, which I think is always a good exercise to kind of like look back at the achievements and things that I did well, and things I should be or could be or hoping to improve in the coming year. And this, is related to also one of my kind of like lock-in key pillars, even beyond my job, my current job. The main theme and the main word of this year for me is clarity. The clarity is really much related to, my career and self-development. In some ways, I really enjoy my work. Having worked in this organization for almost 3 years now, I know what my interest is and I know what my passion is. Work has also been quite demanding, and then I try to just reframe this YouTube channel or content creation as my hobby, because it is nice to always express my creativity and to be able to explore and be able to build community and connect with like-minded people. But at the same time, I've always had this pull, but I don't know what that is, and that in return became almost like a challenge or a blockage to me that prevent me from going all in to even like build something to become fruitful enough. This whole content creation like side gig thing is not enough for me to say that it is a yes or a no. And so I've been kind of debating and having like this battle in my head for the past year. A few things that I've been doing or thinking about doing is, firstly, reach out to people, and I want to kind of gain insights from people who already have done it, be a bit more established than I am. What does it take for me to start doing and doing it more consistently? And then secondly is, to basically have better reflections and being good at reflecting and crystallizing my thoughts. And I've been doing okay with that, asking me thought-provoking questions. What actions do I need to take? The pros and the cons. But until now, like, I still can't figure out like what, even just to have an idea of the travel or direction. No, the direction of travel. And that's why I have been thinking about working with a career coach. It's not cheap, but the cost of investing into myself and my career and my future is always very much like priceless. Having a career coach, just to have that dedicated space to be able to reflect and having another person to help me reflect my thoughts. And the goal for that is just to basically just have a clarity of, if I were to change my career, if I were to set a new goal, like my new career goal, what would that be? And whether it's actually a calling, or is it just like some attraction because, I just get burned out with my current job. The whole point of me yapping about all of this is just mainly because I want to be transparent with you guys. Maybe there is someone, or you are also like having a similar situation to me. You are in your 30s and you feel like what's more to life, and what are the new challenges that you can take. I don't know, but I guess I just want to connect with more other people like you guys who are watching up until this point. But having said that, I'm not in a rush to see the results or the outcome. What I want is just to start something and to feel more confident with my decision, and then finally lock in and go all in without further doubts. The biggest blockage of all is that, what if it works out? That's scarier more than feeling lost. You kind of have an idea that maybe it will work out, but what if it works out? What happened next? What about all of these that I've built so far? If I have to completely change entirely again, what if it works out? Everyone should talk more about it, that it is also scary to, imagine that things will work out in the end. I'm very hungry. I brought my snack with me to the cafe, but I didn't eat it, and now it's just basically carrying it back, and it's completely like defrosted. I'm gonna finish the last bit of my self-assessment and then make dinner. Originally, I planned to just vlog for a few days, but I think the amount of yapping in this vlog is already like enough, and I feel like I want this vlog to be maybe more like reflective. Anyway, thank you so much for joining this chat. I hope you're inspired, and obviously let me know if you also resonate with what I said, and what would be your kind of like approach to navigating this. But otherwise, I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye.